terrible story. We'll bring you the latest on that story from Dobsonville a bit later. Now, with numerous industries being forced to either shut down or cut their staff numbers, the impact is being felt nationally, according to a new study conducted by 30 social science researchers from 5 South African universities. 3 million South Africans have lost their jobs during the lockdown so far. The 189 exchange firm has created a home and job hub for those job seekers who've lost their jobs as a direct impact of the Labour Relations Act. This includes fixed-term contract terminations. Our founder, PHAKEME MTHEKU, joins us now to tell us more about this. PHAKEME, hello to you. And it sounds like you are the bearer of good news. We'll unpack how people can go to your website and look for jobs. First of all, where did the idea come from? How have you made this happen?
Hi, Gareth, and good afternoon to your viewers. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can. Go ahead.
Fantastic. So, as a 15-year, talent acquisition specialist, what we started to see, becoming more common over the past, I'd say about 5 to 10 years, is people listing their reasons for leaving their previous employment as retrenchment. So whether that is, their previous employer's company closing down, or their, respective departments, function being outsourced, in another country, or by a smaller, company. So we've seen, a sharp rise in people, listing retrenchment as their reason for leaving, and we take that personally. And so, about 2.5, 3 years ago, we embarked on this journey, to create a platform where job seekers who have lost their employment as a result of a struggling economy can meet with employers who are
Well, it looks like, unfortunately, that the internet is not quite on our side for the moment. I'm just going to wait for guidance from my control team. But PHAKEME, perhaps let me just pick up there, see if we can fix your signal. It looks like an issue with the internet line. It has frozen. All right, very important discussion. No, I'm told now. Joys of internet on live television. It's great fun. PHAKEME, forgive me, I almost had to cut you off due to a bad internet connection. My team telling me you are back, we can hear you. You told us briefly then where the idea came from. Let me try this question. How are you differentiating between people who have been retrenched, lost their jobs ordinarily, and those who've been affected directly by lockdown? We have numbers of 3 million people. How are you differentiating that on your website?
We are actually not. We are not differentiating that at all, because our whole objective is to take a secluded and a sidelined job seeker, whether it's through the economy that has been struggling over the past few years. As I said, earlier, that this whole concept was actually born not out of the COVID-19. We started on this journey about 2.5, 3 years ago. So where we are now, we've actually had to fast track our launch as a result of, where we sit now, and, reports such as, the NIDS speaking about, the atrocious number of job losses that we are seeing has prompted us, to actually say, what, actually cannot, wait any longer. We have to launch this program immediately.
And how does this all work? So someone goes over to your website, 189 Exchange. What are they looking for? What do you need from them?
They're looking for a job, first and foremost. They're looking to relaunch their careers. And what we found is, one of the pillars, that we have, foundated our entire offering on is we do not feel that it's right and that it's fair for a job seeker who has the issues, of unemployment, being chased by their creditors, their landlord, their school fees for their children. That person, we have found, in our studies, that person, tends to not do as well as they should in interviews. So that is our objective, to say, here's a platform that, understands where you are, and our clients understand where you are as well. So that's who we are. So what would ordinarily happen, Gareth, is that you'd log in, create a user, and you become a job seeker. So you obviously, you find, the employment that you're looking for, or you'd search, I should say. And while that happens, you'll also be able to enroll, for online courses which are offered to us by edX, which is an international, online learning institution founded by Harvard University. So that's the second stage. The third stage that you'll be able to do is you'll be able to become either a mentor or a mentee And the whole idea around that, Gareth, is we understand, that a lot of learning in the corporate space happens on the job. And someone out of work for a while loses touch with the trends and the happenings of their industry. And so, the mentorship program allows, the job seeker to not only network, with other like-minded, job seekers, but as well, just to stay in touch, with the trends and the ins and the outs, of the industry from people who have far more experience than themselves.
PHAKEME, I'd like to ask a question about the way the environment has changed, not just for employees and employers. Many of these jobs that I'm sure people can find on your website 6-7 months ago would have been office-based. Both employers and employees are now working remotely. Are you seeing an uptick in employers that are looking for people to work for them, but remotely? People are scared to go to work. Businesses are scared about having too many people in their buildings. Are you noticing there's a change in the way that employers are hiring people? I only want you to work for me, but you need to work from home, for example.
No, absolutely. And we are no different. Currently, our IT teams, our recruitment technicians are working from home. We are not office-based at all at the moment. So we are no different. And that is correct. If you look at, our colleagues in the industry, other job boards, they have now actually gone in and actually put an entire segment of, where before you'd have permanent contract or temporary, now you have a segment titled work from home. And so that is definitely where the industry is going. And I think especially right now, where the whole objective is to save lives. And what we see is that, organizations are actually, a lot of them are actually not going to go back, to the whole office environment, which is exciting for us.
It's very exciting. Obviously, in the midst of a pandemic, there are still positives in the way things can change, the way we interact with the business economy. I do like, if I look at the copy on your website, 189 Exchange, you are the guardian of the new economy. I want to pick up on the new economy. Is business ready for the new economy and the new style of doing business? Most people who've lost their jobs will be willing to do whatever they have to get back into a position of employment. Are businesses, do you think, ready for this new economy and the new way to conduct business?
Ready or not, I think it's here, Gareth, it's here. And I think those companies that are willing to adapt, willing to take their businesses into, a technology space and have to be aware of, the complexities that come with it. I think those are the businesses that will thrive, in the next few years. And so that's, for us is exciting. And that's what, we are here to try and assist, corporates and business South Africa with as well.
Well, I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope many people head over to your website, because the number of 3 million unemployed South Africans, they need all the help they can get. I appreciate your time. Founder PHAKEME MTHEKU from 189 Exchange firm, creating that home and that hub, that job hub for seekers who've lost their job, he says, as a direct result of COVID-19. It could well be worth your time going to take a look at that.